How should student approach this time between the prelims as the result of the prelims?
Everybody would be anxious. You are securing 110 marks, that also would lead to anxiety. Whether I will clear CSAT or not, there are so much discrepancy in the keys. You have worked very hard during last, let's say 3 months or so. You can be anxious for the results, whether you will qualify or not, but don't be tensed.
And also, why is it so difficult to score in economics? What are the challenges related to it?
When you look at the question in the first glance, it looks like just another question, that there are some terms, keywords. You look at those words and start writing answer about those words.
So, what are the gold mines for economics when it comes to mains? Like specific areas on which students should focus upon for mains?
One, it would be wrong for me to say that one topic is a gold mine. That would be a disservice to the other.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of VisionIAS related to Mains Advanced Course 2025. Today we will talk about how to deal with upcoming mains exam with our esteemed faculty Aditya Sir. Welcome sir. Sir, before we start, prelims 2025 just got over and a lot of students are getting nervous about how much marks they are getting and they are also wasting a lot of time. So how should student approach this time between the prelims as the result of the prelims?
I totally understand. Students are anxious. Everybody would be anxious. You are securing 110 marks, that also would lead to anxiety. Whether I will clear CSAT or not, there are so much discrepancy in the two. It's quite understandable. One, you have worked very hard during last, let's say 3 months or so. You can reward yourself. You don't need to be tense during these days. You can be anxious for the results, whether you will qualify or not, but don't be tensed. One. What do I mean when I say don't be tense? What I mean to say is that don't waste your time in searching for or confirming your answers. Okay, my answer is this from this key or that key. I've searched on these. You will find one source where your answer is correct. Don't waste your time doing those things. Ensure that you are reading newspapers. Newspaper is the key to mains, success in mains. Everybody who's got selected or who's written mains, they would testify to this thing. Make sure that you're not wasting your days completely. At least keep on reading newspaper. The result is not too far away. Last year also it came out in around 10-12 days only. So don't bother about that. Make sure that you're reading newspapers.
So now coming to economics. How important is economics for mains examination?
If you look at the importance from corely the perspective of syllabus, then it's paper 3 where there are around 9 to 10 questions, sometimes 8, sometimes 10, sometimes 11 questions asked. So that is the weightage. But then when you look at it from perspective of, let's say, paper 1 also, the questions are there in economic geography part, societal part, question on inclusive growth aspect are there. Paper 2 part, there would be aspects about government schemes and efficiency or implementation of those schemes, public finance wala portion. So there are various things. But more importantly, it is about paper 3 and the marks in paper 3. So paper 3, if you would have seen the marks this year, marks in paper 3 since many years are relatively on the lesser side. So that makes the differential part very important for economics, paper 3. That is the important aspect.
And so why is that? Why it is so like economics specifically? Because there are a lot of lack of content also to an extent when it compares to polity, let's suppose, or geography, let's suppose. And also why is it so difficult to score in economics? What are the challenges related to it?
So the challenge specifically for paper 3 and that too in economics section is the nature of question, what is asked versus what you think. When you look at the question in the first glance, it looks like just another question, that there are some terms, keywords. You look at those words and start writing answer about those words. But it's a very specific question. It looks like it kind of befools you. It looks like in the first instance it's a straightforward question, but when you look at it again and again 3-4 times, you realize that they are asking a very specific aspect of something. So it's not just a question about, let's say, unemployment, or not even unemployment in India. They would be asking that, discuss last year's question, for example, that unemployment in India is mostly structural in nature. And then they would discuss the ways to improve the measurement of unemployment. So it's not like that they are asking how do we measure unemployment. They want you to identify the flaws in the current process. So what happens is students, they end up writing the entire process of measurement of unemployment, which is not asked. You should be writing that, but that's not asked. Spend more time and space in explaining the problems and what can be done. This is where things get messy. You have not written wrong answer, but you will not get, let's say, out of 15 marks, you'll not get 7 marks. You'll get 4 marks because it's not wrong, but not good marks. That's the key difference.
So, sir, how does the mains advanced course of Vision IAS address these challenges related to economics that you have identified?
Okay. So our advanced course has been going on since last many years, and we were covering the mains oriented topics. I'll speak about economics section. We are covering the mains oriented topics. This time we are introducing a change in the sense that this time our approach would be focus on more of questions. We'll pick up previous year questions. We'll pick up some questions from test series that we have had earlier, and then we'll try to cover the syllabus using the question part. So it's like you're not merely reading economics, you're trying to now increase your or improve your answer writing as well. What does that do? It will also help you to understand that how can you write better answers, what kind of facts you can present, presentation part, structuring part, presentation part, what graphs you can draw so that your answer becomes better. So this time our focus is more about orientation towards writing as well, not just covering of mains oriented syllabus as in topics, but answering the questions in the exam.
Focus is upon getting the right answers for the economics.
Yeah, right answers, relevant answers for the economics.
And how does we address the answer writing part in it?
So this we'll discuss in the class. We also had an open session a few days back where we discussed about how can you write better answers. We'll discuss this part in the class as to how can you improve your answer writing. See, answer writing is about 2 aspects, breadth and depth. Breadth is you should be able to cover at least everything that is asked. Depth is some parts you will have to show that you have special knowledge. आपको आंसर में पूरा आंसर लिखने के बाद आपको 6 मार्क्स मिल रहे हैं कि 8.5 मार्क्स मिल रहे हैं, वो डिफरेंस बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस है. सो वो उसके लिए स्पेशलाइजेशन भी आवश्यक है, रिक्वायर्ड है. सो what kind of, for example, data you can present in the answer, how can you present it, is it merely about writing a statistic कि इंडिया का लिटरेसी रेट इतना है, or showing it through some graph कि भाई इतना था इतना था इतना था. तो these things matter a lot, presentation matter a lot answer writing में.
And sir, like how should in general student approach the upcoming mains now, the time that is there, because mains is very diverse, there are a lot of moving parts. So what should be the focus of the students for the mains?
So the exam is from 22nd of August. So starting from today, broadly we have around 80 days which are left. In these 80 days, there is very less scope for anybody to cover something new. You can't read anything new in these 80 days. So your preparation should have ideally been done 1 month before prelims. The focus now has to be on tests. Write as many answers as you can, as many tests as you can, get them evaluated. Students make this mistake. I've been seeing them, they make this mistake that they will write tests, but I don't know why they assess that answers evaluation is not important, quality of evaluation is not important. You might know things, but doesn't mean that you can express those things in a manner an anonymous examiner can understand. You have to get them evaluated, look at the reviews given to you by the expert, and then incorporate them to write better answers. So the focus for next 80 days has to be write, for example, 15 or 20 GS tests, 10 optional tests, 3 or 4 essay tests, meaning 6 essays के आसपास लिखने हैं. That is you do this, your 60 days are over auto 80 days. That is the focus.
And sir, like when we talk about various subjects, every subject have particular areas which are like gold mines for mains. So what are the gold mines for economics when it comes to mains? Like specific areas on which students should focus upon for mains?
One, it would be wrong for me to say that one topic is a gold mine. That would be a disservice to the other. Second, yes, we look at previous year papers and identify some very important areas where from your questions are repeated. For example, usually there is one question from industry, infrastructure, investment model. There is usually one question. So they will ask about nature of India's industry, employment, labor laws. Unemployment question, there is always one question from unemployment. Agriculture, there are always 3 questions from agriculture, almost always 3 questions from agriculture. And within agriculture, when you look at it, there might be a question on, let's say, irrigation systems, question on MSP, question on some government support, question on, let's say, insurance to the farmers, question on FPI, one question is short, always there, FPI ka question hai. So these are some topics which are repeatedly asked. Some questions from, let's say they can ask about taxation, but that's not too common question. But if there are some major changes, for example, this year the government is bringing new tax law, so it becomes an important question topic in that regard. So these are some questions which we see that repeatedly are being asked. So if you want to call them gold mines, so be it.
So as we come to an end of our session, what would you say to the students so that they keep their motivation level up and stress level down for next 80 days?
If you have targets, if you have goalposts, then stress would not affect you negatively. स्ट्रेस होना चाहिए इस चीज़ का कि मैंने टारगेट मीट नहीं किया है. स्ट्रेस इस चीज़ का ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैं टारगेट कि मैं एग्ज़ाम कैसे क्वालिफाई करूँगा, कि मेरे को सिलेबस बहुत सारा कवर करना है. एक अच्छा एस्पेक्ट ऑफ स्ट्रेस है, एक नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट. नो बडी सक्सीड्स इफ यू डोंट हैव स्ट्रेस. विराट कोहली हैज स्ट्रेस बिकॉज ही इज गोइंग टू प्ले इन फाइनल्स डे आफ्टर. सो everybody would have stress that I have to do better, but then you have to have objectives. Do you have goal post कि हाँ मेरे को हर तीसरे दिन टेस्ट देना है, मेरे को टेस्ट के बाद रिवाइज करना है. इस चीज़ का स्ट्रेस एक होना चाहिए, बट ये नहीं कि हाँ मैं कोर्स कैसे पूरा कंप्लीट करूँगा, वो चीज़ नहीं होनी चाहिए.
Thank you so much, sir, for guiding our aspirants. So aspirants, I hope now you have a good idea how to approach upcoming mains. And if you want to know more about mains course advance of VisionIAS, please do visit our website. Thank you.